What's good, everybody? It's your brother Nubreed coming through with another video. Hey, look, man, nowadays, you can't even trust your day ones, the people that you grew up with, the people that you were having sleepovers with, going to cookouts with, hanging with, sharing clothes with. It's treacherous out there, man. There's a real evil, malevolent force that's just ripping people apart. And these jumping spirits are very real. Now, there's a particular story I want to cover, and I want to show this here. I don't know if you all are familiar with a woman by the name of Claudia Banton, but she just got sentenced to 23 years to life for shooting her childhood friend execution style right in the middle of the New York streets. And I want y'all to peep this because this is why I say, man, you just can't be out here trusting any of that. Look at this.
4 years after Delia Johnson was gunned down on a Brooklyn sidewalk, her killer has been sentenced. Today, emotions ran high in court as Johnson's family finally got a chance to speak. And News 12 Shakti Dennis has covered this trial since its beginning, and she was there today.
Applause broke out in the courtroom as a judge sentenced Claudia Banton to 23 years to life behind bars.
I feel she deserved more, but today is about changing. Today is about forgiving.
The sentencing marks the end of a 4-year nightmare for the family of Delia Johnson, shot execution style on a Crown Heights sidewalk in 2021.
I am so glad that this is over.
In an emotional victim statement, Johnson's mother asking why and pouring her heart out to Banton, a woman she considered like a daughter who even lived with the family at times.
Now imagine this. This woman, Claudia, was a childhood friend. The mother of her friend, which she executed, used to let her live with them, stay over for the summer. And she gunned her so-called day one down like a dog in the middle of the streets. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta look out. Because a lot of the times, the people that you thought you knew, you don't know them at all. They changed. How many of y'all have been around people that you haven't seen in a long time and the vibe just ain't there? You got to stay away from those type of people because people do change. People have been selling their souls left and right in this here society out of desperation. Now, we don't know what took place. It could be over a guy. It can be over money. A lot of the times that's the main reasons why these type of things happen. But where's the empathy? Where's the love? This is just pure wicked.
It felt good because it was a release.
46-year-old Banton listened with tears streaming down her cheeks as Johnson's family described feeling betrayed.
I'll never see my sister again.
Johnson's 21-year-old daughter, currently deployed with the Air Force, appeared by video in uniform, struggling to put her pain into words, saying at least her mother didn't suffer. Banton didn't address the family for legal reasons, according to her attorney, but he says her silence shouldn't be mistaken for indifference.
But it's very difficult for someone to absorb that type of speech from people that you know and love.
The judge even grew emotional as she spoke about the deep, lasting pain Johnson's family has endured.
And it ain't easy, but I know one day it will get better.
Claudia Banton.
Hey, listen, the Bible said, it will be your own friend who lift thy heel against thee. And it ain't no type of pain like that. When somebody that you were endeared to, somebody you look out for, somebody you support and break bread with, when they betray you in such a way. And we're seeing these type of stories happening more and more in society. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of people on demon time out there. And just because somebody has nestled themselves close to you, that doesn't mean that they really are for you. There's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of envy. There's a lot of malice. There's a lot of contempt in people's hearts. And this is why you got to maneuver wise out here. Pay attention to the signs. And a lot of the times it be your so-called friends who are plotting. And this is why you got to be around people who are like-minded. You got to have a relationship with the Creator, and you got to have that discernment. Words alone don't mean anything. It's about actions. And a lot of the times it would be the person who never really reciprocated the same energy you gave them. Those would be the ones who are truly jealous of you and want to take you out. They want to destiny swap with you. And that envy and that jealousy grows in them like a malignant root, and it takes over their mind until they just crash out. And you won't even be knowing that they have any ill will towards you. You won't even be knowing that there's a secret offense. In 2025, people are just going out blasting. And see, this happens a lot with you ladies. This is why you got to be extremely careful. And it happens to you brothers as well. Anytime you trying to, change your life for the better, you're on your self-improvement journey, you doing the things you need to do to actually save your life, you always got those crabs that want to take your life, ruin your life, destroy your life. So you got to be aware out here, man. This is the reason why, I don't be trusting everybody, and you shouldn't either. The Bible says, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. How many situations like this do we got to see where a person is looking out for somebody and they only return that energy with hate? What is that? It's like people use your kindness as animosity. They use your kindness as some type of weakness, and they use it as ammunition. How often is it that the person that you look out for, whether it be you let them stay on your couch, you loan them something, you break bread with them, you help them, why is it we're living in a world where those very same people hate the people that help them? And I'm going to tell you this right now. They think they get away with that, but you can see. You see what happened to Claudia Banton. She thought she got away with it, but guess what? It was caught on camera. And she can act remorseful in court all she want. But if she never got caught, she would have been living her life. And nobody would have known who did it. But the whole time, she probably would have showed up to the funeral. She probably would have been hugging the mother, hugging the family members, talking about, we're going to figure out who did this. She would have pulled the same thing that Tupac pulled on the movie Juice. Because that's how it really be going on. When people be getting taken out the game, it always be somebody very close to the situation, or somebody that is really the best friend, somebody real close to the situation knows what goes on. They know what happened. I'm talking about the game is grimy. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is also why you can't be looking out for everybody. Some people may be in situations where, they have some misfortune, and you being compassionate, being empathetic, want to open your home to them, want to, be helpful towards them. Meanwhile, they looking at you out the corner of their eyes, and they thinking, look, if I can take you out, then I can have the love that you get. She could have been jealous that this woman had a supportive family. And she could have been thinking the whole time, like, if I could take you out, I can get the love from the family, the love that I never got. People really be twisted in the mind like that. That spirit of jealousy and envy be running deep in some people. And them demons be putting them on these dummy crash out missions where they don't even have no control over themselves. Look, there's a story that just took off where this woman was pregnant. Her so-called friends threw the baby shower, jumped her at the baby shower, and she lost the baby. Imagine your friends throw you a baby shower and you go in there only to get lined up, beat down, and you lose the baby. I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, it's crazy out here. Y'all gotta be careful. This is why you really can't even trust your day ones that you grew up with. It's a shame. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, peace and blessings to y'all. Be out here sober and vigilant. Be watchful. One love. Shalom. Peace.